Hello and welcome back, YouTubers. I am Protomario, and today we are reviewing an interesting game. This is a rhythm-based game, Space Channel 5 Part 2, which was originally available on the Dreamcast, as it is a sequel to the first one, Space Channel 5. This game took off with the Dreamcast and was relatively successful back in the day, so it had a sequel made. Why am I reviewing this now? It's simply because it's also available for the Xbox Live Arcade as well as the PlayStation Network and Steam. It was released for the Xbox Live Arcade on October 5th and the PlayStation Network on October 4th. This game, as a rhythm-based game, does not involve too much interaction as in the free world roaming around and different stories and things you're doing. It's just a rhythm-based game. There's a couple good things about it and a couple seriously bad things about it. It was developed by United Game Artists and published by Sega. Sega, notorious for being known to make some of the more interesting games out on the market, and sometimes they're pretty good, sometimes they're not so good. This one's not that bad. It's an acquired taste, to say the least. This one is upgraded in the graphics department, has a greater variety and a significantly longer campaign, in my opinion. Part 2 is generally regarded as the better of the two, as in Space Channel 5, the original, and Part 2 said that that's a bit better. An HD version of this game is also included in the Dreamcast Collection, which was released to the Xbox 360 February 22nd on 2011. So if that's what you really are after, if you really want this game and you'd like a bundle of games with it, then perhaps that would be a better route to go than individually downloading it.
Ready for this? Let's shoot.
So the good things about this game is it's definitely fun, it's exciting, and very interesting, to say the least. It's fun that, you know, you get the combos and you get the multipliers, and it's very eccentric, to say the least. It's very, very interesting. I think it's an interesting game. I had not played it since the Dreamcast days, and revisiting this game on the newer systems definitely makes it a very, very fun game to play. So revisiting this on the Dreamcast and ported over on the Xbox 360, I can see a world of difference between the Xbox 360 version and the Dreamcast version. The controls are relatively the same. I would say they're a bit easier, but they're not easy to use, if that makes any sense. They're a little bit easier, but they're not easy to use. So sometimes the cues can be a little bit messed up, and I don't know if that's because of the Xbox controller, or maybe it's just me. I'm not sure. But that's the only thing I really found bad with this game, as well as outdated graphics. I mean, what are you going to do with that? Unless they completely remake the game, you can't really do anything about that. You know? So, other than that, this game's an acquired taste, and I'll just hop into the core review of this game. Graphically speaking, this game is a bit under par with early 2000 graphics. It's not the best, and it still looks pretty decent. It's fun to watch, fun to play, and fun to see all these people dancing around. So under graphics, I do give it an A- because the graphics at the time were pretty good. Under sound, the music sounds great. It is stereoed out, it sounds just amazing, and it's exactly what this game needs, as it's a rhythm-based game. The points to hop on it, the song, the rhythm, it's just really, really fun to listen to. and it's not a pain to actually respond to the commands. and do everything you need to do. So under sound, I give it an A+. It definitely excels in the sound category. Controls, a bit difficult to use. Anyone can hop in and play it, but to master it, it'll take a couple hours of playing this just to get the cues down and everything. It's much like the old Dragon Quest game, where you know what's going to be coming. You know it's going to be coming. So after much memorization, you can just beat the game very easily. Unfortunately, the controls do hinder you at times. So under controls, I do give it a B- because they do work. I don't know. The port over for the Xbox version, port over for the PlayStation version, maybe not be the best. So B- for controls. And let's see here, gameplay. Well, once you play through it, there's not too much there for you. So what are you gonna do? If you've beaten it once already, then there's really no point in time in replaying it over and over and over and over again. So would this be a pick up and play? Probably. It would probably be a one-time pick up playthrough, and there's probably not much left over afterwards to get. Maybe you want to complete each level perfectly, but I just don't know. I can't see that being a huge possibility with this. So under gameplay, I do give it a B- also, because it does present a good amount of gameplay, but not enough replay value. So guys, I'm Protomario and I'm signing on. This is Space Channel 5, Part 2. So if you want to try this out, give it a download, and hey, you can't go wrong with a trial version.